These are the plays that are going to make you the most money today. This is the Daily Profit brought to you by Linemaker Sports. In today's show, we're going to go through some of the highest probabilities in the NBA, and also we're going to discuss exactly how we did with the Super Bowl and over the weekend. So without further ado, let's jump over to the whiteboard, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how we ended up doing for the Super Bowl. All right, so before we talk about the Super Bowl, let's talk about Saturday and how Saturday went. Well, first off, we had Jokic to go over 45 plus PRA. He had 80%. It was an F-bomb. He had exactly 46, so he only cleared this by a couple points. So that one got a little bit sweaty. Then we had Sabonis to go over 35 plus PRA. This was an 83% F-bomb. And he ended up clearing that one well ahead. So got that one pretty easy. Both F-bombs ended up hitting. Then we went to the UFC, where we had Jake Matthews, money line. He ended up coming through and winning that one. Then we had Suarez in the co-main event. She ended up not even looking like she belonged in that fight, to be honest with you. All right, that was a complete disaster where her opponent just dominated her the entire 5 rounds. All right, and then we went to the main event where we had Dricus Duplessis money line. He ended up coming through and just pretty much destroyed Sean Strickland there. He didn't have no opportunity there. Strickland didn't really look like he belonged in that fight whatsoever. So once again, we had Jokic. He came through. He was an F-bomb. Sabonis, F-bomb, came through. Matthews came through. Suarez did not come through. Dricus Duplessis did come through. All right. So on Saturday, I'll do that next. On Saturday, we ended up going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. All right. So a solid Saturday, and then that took us right into Super Bowl Sunday. So let's check out how we did in Super Bowl Sunday. All right. First one was Hurts over 174.5 passing yards. That was the free pick that everybody got. That one he ended up clearing pretty easily. Okay, so he had cleared that. I think he ended up with like 220 or whatnot. So he ended up clearing that one pretty easily. Next one we had was Mahomes. Under 279 passing yards. He ended up going. This one actually got a little bit close because at the end of the game he was just throwing bombs. So, and then Worthy ended up grabbing like a 50-yard or 60-yard or whatever that was for a touchdown. So he ended up like 257, I think it was, but still cleared that number. Then we had Barkley under 129 rushing yards. He ended up not getting anywhere close to that. A lot of people didn't really see this coming because obviously a lot of people just don't do the research. But Barkley was one of the heaviest prop bets for the over for anytime touchdown. He didn't come close to any of those. And people didn't realize they were going against the best rush defense in the NFL. Kansas City Chiefs have the best rush defense in the NFL. People just didn't understand that, and they were betting him regardless. They were exposed through the air. The Chiefs, actually, their secondary was not good at all whatsoever. They were like 20th or 21st in the league. And that's where Jalen Hurts pretty much exploited them, and he was able to pretty much do whatever he wanted through the air, besides one interception that really wasn't his fault. All right, but back to what we were saying here. We had Hurts over 174.5 passing yards, hit that. Mahomes under 279.5 yards, hit that. Barkley under 129.5 yards, hit that. Then we're going to Pacheco, who didn't do absolutely anything. We had under 33.5 rushing yards. Ended up clearing that one. Then we had Devontae Smith. Over 34.5 receiving yards. He ended up clearing that one. And we had A.J. Brown. Over 49.5 receiving yards. He came up short on that one. He ended up having like, I think it was 43. All right, so we ended up not getting that one done. A.J. Brown was not able to get that one done for us. Then we had Travis Kelce under 74.5 receiving yards. He wasn't really doing much all game, and then he started to rack up some yards, but we ended up hitting that one as well. He didn't come close to 74.5. All right, and then the last one that we did end up losing was, and he looked like through the first half, the offense for Kansas City was doing nothing in the first half. So this one looked good until the bombs started coming out, and Worthy under 74.5 receiving yards. He ended the game with like 160 receiving yards. So I don't know what happened there. Those bombs really just ended up killing our prop for that. But Jalen Hurts, we ended up hitting that one. Mahomes, we hit that one. Barkley under, hit that. Pacheco under, hit that. Smith under, hit that. Kelce, hit that. And then Worthy, we ended up losing. So in the Super Bowl, we ended up going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. So solid Super Bowl for sure. A.J. Brown could have got one more catch maybe if the game was more competitive. But to be honest with you, the game sucked. Game was not too good at all whatsoever. It was a complete blowout, complete mismatch. Philly just dominated Kansas City the whole entire time. So easy Super Bowl, I would say, to be honest with you, betting wise, because really none of these were really in too much danger. Really, any of them, except for, like I said, A.J. Brown. That one got pretty close, and he just didn't get that by like 6 or 7 yards. Worthy wasn't close when he's going to have 2 60-yard catches. It is what it is. But pretty solid Super Bowl overall. Pretty solid weekend overall. One thing I do want to say about the Super Bowl and stuff is people have to pay attention. You've got to just look at some statistics. Just some. And it would save you so much money. The sportsbooks made so much money on the Super Bowl this weekend because they had so much money being put on Saquon Barkley to go over yards, over receiving, anytime touchdown, 2+ touchdowns, 3+ touchdowns. And he didn't do any of that. He had a bad matchup. You guys got to understand. When you look at the probability percentages, look, we ended up fading Barkley. Where everybody else was taking the over, we took the under. So you have to understand, looking at probabilities, that is what is going to dictate whether you win or lose. Now let's go ahead and talk about today's plays. All right, let's get into it. Now, actually, before we talk about today's plays, let's talk about those F-bombs. I haven't lost an F-bomb so far this year. Now, it sounds crazy, but I'm serious. We have yet to lose one this year. We're hitting those at like 84% now. So if you guys want those F-bombs, make sure you click the link in the description. It's that simple. You want to win, you want to be a part of the winning team, click the link in the description. I'm telling you right now, our lines are blowing up left and right with people joining the team. So if you want to be on the winning side and disrupt the sports books and disrupt this industry, just like we are going to do in the future, make sure you guys click the link in the description. So let's go ahead and talk about today's plays. First off, we're going to talk about Victor Wembanyama. All right, Wemby. We're going to take Wemby over 37+ PRA. All right, he has a 63% probability for that happening. And he's going against the worst versus centers. All right, so Wemby, 37+. He's got a solid probability here. And he's going against the worst team guarding the center position. So, again, this is one of those things with the trade deadline and everything like that where could possibly have affected Wemby's output a little bit with De'Aaron Fox coming in. So some of his usage has been taken away from De'Aaron Fox, but when you are playing the center position, he's going to rack up rebounds. So we already know that. He's going to rack up some rebounds. He just needs to make sure that De'Aaron Fox knows that he's there to be able to feed him to get some easy buckets. So once they start gelling a little bit, I think it will be back to where Wemby left off, where he was really starting to turn it up. He really was. Like he was averaging like 20+ points a game, 15+ rebounds, 5 assists. Like he was really starting to rack it up. So I think this game should be the game where De'Aaron Fox and him kind of gel and get back on page here. And maybe his usage comes back in the game. Because now we're getting a lower and lower number on Wemby. At one point, this was up to like 45.5, his PRA, when he was starting to get rolling. It's digressed a bit. So 36.5 to 37 plus is not too bad. He should be able to obtain that with a decent game as long as he's getting the ball. But obviously, like I said, if De'Aaron Fox is dominating the usage, it's going to be tough for Wemby offensively. So it's just something you have to keep in mind when we hit that trade deadline in the NBA and players go to different teams, how it disrupts usage and stuff like that. You have to take that into account because it does. So sometimes, a player might not get as much touches because somebody else came into town and somebody else is on the team now. So you have to pay attention to that stuff. This is one of those examples, like I said, because De'Aaron Fox is a dominant player as well and has came into San Antonio. So it is going to affect Wemby, but it shouldn't affect him crazy amount. All right, but we will monitor it and see. That's just all you can do. All you can do is monitor it and see how it ends up happening. But Wemby over 37 plus PRA, the probability's there. The matchup is definitely there. The only thing is the iffiness around the usage. All right, if De'Aaron Fox takes over the game and doesn't give it to Wemby, then obviously Wemby can't do much with it, But we'll see, like I said, and we'll monitor exactly how that rolls. Now let's get to our next one. Next one's going to be Darius Garland. We're going to have Garland to go under 33.5 PRA. All right, he's got a 61% probability of that happening, and he's going against the 5th best team at guarding the point guard position. All right, so we got 33.5. The under, make sure you guys understand that. Got the probability, and like I said, we got a good matchup here. So Darius Garland, kind of interesting with him as well because we all know that Mitchell is the number one on Cleveland, but Garland, usage-wise, is starting to really rise. Like, he's doing a lot offensively. He really is. He used to be just a bit of a distributor, and he'll have like 15 points, 10 assists, something like that. But he's really starting to score. He's really coming on. Now, again, we have a good matchup here to where the tempo of the game should slow down a bit. So hopefully everything kind of runs through Mitchell, because Mitchell has a better matchup than Garland. And we could see exactly how that ends up working out. 33.5 is not a crazy high number for the under. Garland can reach that if he has a decent scoring game, because if he ends up putting up like 23, 24 points, and he has, his assists 6, 7 like that, and then it's going to get sweaty, obviously, for this number. But we have a decent probability, not the highest, obviously, that I would like. We do have a good matchup, and like I said, he has a better defensive matchup than Mitchell, so Mitchell has a better opportunity to take over in that game rather than Garland. And the number, like I said, is not crazy high, but for Garland, he gets close around this number. If he has a decent game, he gets around like that 31 PRA. So if he has a good game, he gets like 36. And then if pretty much he gets disrupted, not having too much of a good game, and the defense is really, a good matchup with him, he'll go under 30. So we'll see what happens here. We do have a decent probability. The number's okay. The matchup's good. And then Mitchell has a better matchup. So hopefully that gravitates towards Mitchell being able to have a better game than Garland. And then like I said, Wemby here. We had him at 37 plus. He's got a good probability. He's going against the worst team at guard in the center position. The only if is if De'Aaron Fox affects his usage too much, then he's not going to be able to do too much offensively. All right, but these are the plays for today. And as always, guys, if you guys want my full slate of stuff and you don't want to just wait for the show twice a week, make sure you guys click the link down in the description and join the winning team. It's that easy. You do that, and then you start winning. And guess what? You'll never lose in sports betting ever again. As always, guys, I'm Frank from Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.